Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Kingsep, clinical psychologist, and welcome back to my channel. Now, funny man Jim Carrey, he's an actor, is quoted as saying, "I wake up some mornings and sit and have my coffee and look out my beautiful garden and I go, remember how good this is, because you can lose it." And this quote by Jim Carrey got me thinking how so many of us, myself included, forget the most important aspects of life and living. We get caught up in our routines and our daily habits, sending us into a kind of autopilot. We are all so busy these days, driven and caught up in ticking off the to-do lists, often filled with menial tasks, rather than spending the time to focus on the deeper truths of life that speak to our soul and provide us with deeper meaning. Now, these are the truths to help us stay focused on our goals and achieve greater emotional balance along the way. But how do we discover and remember the truths about life on a daily basis? Now, I will talk through a few life truths we can focus on to achieve a sense of balance and groundedness. I encourage you to focus on one life truth each day and see for yourself if it shifts your perspective on life. Now, the first one I'd like to talk to you about is busyness does not equal productiveness. I want you to look around and see the badge of busyness society has created. People are running from one task to the next, multitasking, checking social media, replying to emails, all whilst getting the kids ready for school. Sound familiar? We seem to be praising the busyness, and if you're not running around, what's wrong with you? But remember that multitasking and running around does not equate to productivity in the day. We can fill our days with small tasks, almost like a distraction from the more significant, often more important life goals. The goals that fill our cup and bring a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. It's essential to make sure our efforts are leading to results. And by results, I mean our efforts are bringing us closer to our life goals that matter. Now, the second point I wanted to bring up is being busy halting your productivity? And just look around. Most of the people around us seem very busy, running from one place to another, attending meetings and answering emails and messages, dozens of them. But are they producing anything? Something? Indeed, productivity and success don't always come from movement and activity, but the concentration and focus. The day often escapes us through dozens of tasks that aren't so important and do not respond to our life goals. However, every day we have the same number of hours at our disposal, and we can do absolutely nothing to increase them. It's certainly better to use those hours wisely. Therefore, make sure that your efforts will bear results, that you spend your time only keeping yourself busy, but also being productive, and above all else, getting closer and closer to the goals that matter. The third point I wanted to raise with you is don't succumb to regret. I think too many of us fear our death instead of fearing the prospect of allowing ourselves to die inside whilst we are still living. We are so often so averse to taking a risk in life, don't you think? As we know from the research that most people will regret the chances they didn't take much more than the failures or stumbles along the way. You don't want to be asking yourself, what would have happened if I had dared to make a change? Now, fear, which is often a silent enemy, can prevent us from taking the necessary steps forward to our life dreams and keep us in situations that we have outgrown or are simply not healthy for us. And the fourth point is choose forgiveness over sorry. It's important to remember that you can forgive without having an apology from someone you believe has wronged you in some way. You can choose to forgive without accepting the other person's wrongdoing or condoning their actions. By choosing to forgive, you're freeing yourself from ongoing resentment and holding a grudge, which could have been detrimental in terms of consequences on your mental and physical health, as they create a stress response in your body. Put plainly, life tends to go more smoothly when we can let go of resentment and forgive. And the fifth point is, don't fear failure. Remember that every time you stumble along the way, you learn what to change or alter to lead you on your road to success. You learn what isn't working. Often the most significant aha moments in life happen when you're stuck, frustrated, and just feel like letting it all go. At these crucial moments, you will often see the solution you need to move forward. It is the frustration that helps you to think outside the box. You will not experience success until you accept that failure is a part of the process. Success comes with patience and also very much dedicated focus. The sixth point is the creator of your life. The life we have is simply a result of many small decisions we make along the way. The choices we make each day, no matter how small or insignificant, lead us down specific paths and outcomes. You may have heard the saying, "We are the creators of our own destiny," which is so true. And with this in mind, we can take charge of our own lives. It's empowering to remind ourselves of this. Now remember that it's up to you to make a decision every time you're creating your destiny. The seventh point is internal self-worth. With social media at the forefront of so many of our lives, with likes and views dominating our sense of self, this life truth is more important than ever before. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others rather than working on our self-worth, irrespective of others. We ultimately hand over our level of self-worth, our self-esteem, to others around us. Like, how crazy is that? So the next time you organically feel good about something you've done or an aspect of yourself, don't let the opinions or reactions of others dampen that feeling. We need to remember that the valuation of others are purely opinions and not truths. Remember, your self-worth comes from within. Don't seek it from outside in the world around us. The eighth point is be mindful of those around you. Now, it's essential to be around people who inspire us, support us, and bring us joy. How many people drag you down, are toxic, and transmit fear and despair? Why do you allow those people into your life? And I know realistically we cannot always be surrounded by positive people 100% of the time, but how often do we take steps and stock and look at the people we invite into our lives, into our inner circle? People around us end up influencing us in one way or another. Our attitudes, choices, and also our worldviews. Isn't life simply too short to be surrounded by those that drain our energy and our life force just out of us? And the ninth point is to embrace uncertainty. Now, if anything is certain in life, it's change. Life is constantly shifting and changing, and learning to accept and cope with this is our best way of reducing our stress levels. As humans, we gravitate to the familiar. It feels secure, right? And so many of us will try to resist change as much as possible. But if we adjust our perspectives towards change, we can start to view it as an opportunity and lead us to new and exciting possibilities. Now, if we can see past our fear of it, we can embrace it and let go of the struggle. Now, I often remind people I see in private practice that embracing uncertainty is one of life's most essential and valuable lessons. And the 10th point is expiration date. This is one truth no one can deny. We often go through our lives in autopilot, and it's only when we hear the unexpected death of someone we cherish that we stop and take stock of our own lives. No one is here forever. We all have expiration dates. If only we could live each and every day with this knowledge at the forefront of our minds. What if we could wake up each morning and understand at our core that life is a gift, and how we spend our time each day is so crucial? What would you change? Now the 11th point, and you probably heard this before, but it's be here now. Now think about this for a moment. No amount of guilt you feel will change your past, and no amount of anxiety will change your future. The best we can do is live at the present moment, even when it's uncomfortable. We cannot be genuinely content if we are constantly somewhere else in our mind. And lastly, take a closer look at children. They are in the moment, eager to play, learn, and do. Sadly, many of us lose their childlike sense of wonder about the world. We lose our sense of curiosity and growth. Life is short. Let's try to remember these life truths and enjoy the journey. Now, thanks very much for watching, and I do trust these life truths have been useful. Please reflect on them, have a serious think about it, and try your best to put this into place each and every day. Thanks very much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, comment, like if you do, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.